Okay, so I'm gonna be showing how to separate the paper or sketch from the back of the cell here. So this is probably the easiest. It's just tissue paper. It usually just comes right off, just like that. Sometimes you'll need to just kind of tear it off a little bit, but tissue paper just comes off easy, so you can even just like kind of rub at it with your finger and it'll get it right off. Most of them, though, will have a sketch attached. So for this, you can just try to peel it off directly. And this one's actually coming off pretty easy. You can see some of the paper is coming off here, so I'm gonna try to go against it, kind of perpendicular to it to try to stop the tearing. And it's stuck pretty bad right here, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to save this sketch, but it's still gonna come off pretty well. It only leaves behind a little bit of paper, and the sketch, unfortunately, isn't intact, but the cell looks pretty good. There is some paper here, so you can just kind of lift it up with a fingernail, and it usually will just like come off. You can also get it a bit damp, and then it will just peel right off. Just like that. You can also use a paper towel if you want. You can rub it off with a paper towel, which is a bit easier. And it also dries off the cell, so you don't have to worry about it getting damp. And there you go, all cleaned up. You can also start by getting it wet and just letting it sit there for a little bit. This will make the paper a lot easier to peel off. As you can see, it just kind of comes right off. So the sketch, again, unfortunately, not gonna be able to be saved, but the cell does clean up very nicely. The paint is water resistant, so you don't need to worry about the paint getting ruined. And there we go, nice clean cell. If you want to try to save the sketch, you can try, instead of peeling from the bottom and peeling the sketch away, you can try peeling the cell away from the sketch. Whatever you have on the bottom usually comes away more intact. So if you have a very sturdy cell, you can try to save the sketch by peeling the cell away from the sketch. And it's not working 100% on this one, but on the sketches that are more easy to separate, this is your best chance of keeping the sketch intact. Kind of get like your nails in there and kind of try to push it a little bit to kind of help along the process. Try to separate the sketch from the cell. Unfortunately, I think this one is just stuck too much right here, so it's not gonna come away completely clean. But the rest of it did come off pretty nice. And you can just leave the cell and the sketch together if you want. But if you want to separate the sketch, this is just some different methods.